We are live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our daily overview call here at Divinfi. I am calling from Cebu, Philippines. Absolutely love it. Loving the time zone. It's only 11 o'clock. So much better than 5 a.m. or whatever. So I'm grateful I get to do this at a decent time and share this amazing information that I know if taken with an open mind, because really when it comes to our mind, it's very similar to a parachute. It only works if it is open. So the only thing that you need to do today is just to process this information with an open mind, an open heart, and make one decision. And that was what one of my mentors told me. He said, all it takes is one decision to completely shift the entirety of your life. And so I'm going to share this info with you. And at the end of this, you'll have the opportunity to make a decision, whether it's a yes, whether it's a no, or whether maybe it's not now. That's okay. But just make a decision at the end of it, and you'll see your life shift. If it's not this, maybe there's something else. But I'm hoping that you are someone that aligns with our mission. And so with that being said, I'm going to share this video. It's a little bit under a minute, and it'll kind of give you a little overview about what we are doing here at Divinfi. So just give me 3, 2, 1. Okay, awesome. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Witness the dawn of a new era. In a world where consciousness and currency converge. Join Don Smith as he guides personal transformation. Introducing AI Polo, your gateway to financial freedom. Where spiritual enlightenment meets financial abundance. Join our network and unlock infinite earning potential. Divinfi. Elevate your consciousness. Multiply your currency. Join the revolution today.
Awesome. Every time I watch that video, I'm just like, yo, this is happening. Like humanity's consciousness is finally shifting into a new paradigm where we are really able to help the entire world. And that's exactly what we're doing here at Divinfi. I'm going to share my screen real quick. And I have some information, like I said. And one second, sorry, there it goes. So basically this information is really gonna show you a little bit more in depth of what you just saw in that video, like what exactly is Divinfi, what are we doing, what is our mission? And so I want to welcome you to the biggest launch in history. If this is your first time watching this, here at Divinfi, our ultimate goal, our vision is to create an ecosystem that brings freedom to all 8 billion people here on Earth, the entire Earth. There's a couple of components which I'll talk about later, but essentially we want to help people have financial, location, time, and most importantly, the emotional freedom to be able to hold it all, to be able to sustain it all. And so I know this firsthand because, I've been an entrepreneur for the last over 12 years now. It's, time is literally just flying by. I'm like realizing like, oh my God, I'm about to be 31. Like it's almost been 13 years now. And so at the age of 18, I actually got into the car exporting business through one of my friends. He introduced me to it. And so what we were doing is we were buying cars in the United States and Canada and shipping them out to places like Dubai and Saudi Arabia and Cambodia and the Dominican Republic and so on and so forth. And so at the age of 18, I was pretty fortunate to get introduced to that because it was actually booming at that time. There wasn't much competition, and I earned my first six-figure income at that age, which was like a lot of money for someone at 18, had no family, no one to take care of, no responsibilities. Back in like 2011, right? Like that's a lot of money. And so, I mean, nowadays, right, six figures is you're barely getting by. But at that time, it was pretty good. I was able to do what I wanted, buy the things I wanted, but I wasn't actually free when it came to the location part and the time part because I was working 80 hours a week. Um, had very little sleep, literally living off of cigarettes and Red Bull because I was always on the road. And I didn't have time freedom. I couldn't go wherever I wanted. Like there was a constraint in where I was, and I had to be in certain places. And then a couple of years later, I got introduced to a mentor who was a couple of years older than I, and he was living this movie star lifestyle, which I really idolized because as a kid, that's kind of what I wanted, this big life. I wanted freedom. I didn't care to be, a lawyer or a doctor. I just wanted to be free, and I didn't know what that meant. I just saw the things on TV, like the Hollywood lifestyle and all that. And so I thought that's what it was. And so when I got introduced to this guy, he started to mentor me. He started to show me the ropes and showed me what he did and how he was able to fly in private jets and had three supercars, retired his parents, like all of that, the fancy stuff, right? And so I was like, okay, yeah, like I want to learn. So he introduced me to the industry of network marketing where um I got in, I started making really good money and I had the time freedom, the location freedom, and that actually ended up getting me into different industries like the affiliate marketing world, direct sales, e-commerce, trading, coaching, rental arbitrage, like all of these different industries. I've literally tried like basically like so many, majority of these industries. And so I made millions of dollars for myself. I helped dozens and dozens of people earn over six figures a year and basically got to do what I wanted when I wanted, right? Like I was traveling the world. I went to 25 different countries. I haven't had a job since before the car industry. So I've basically been free. I was like semi-retired for a while actually. And then at the age of 30 last year, in the second half of 2023, I started to really get a wake-up call and I started to realize that that wasn't it. It wasn't the whole pie. There was something that was missing and it was the emotional freedom. And what was happening to me was even though I read thousands and thousands of books, audiobooks, did the seminars, the workshops of Tony Robbins, got certified with Bob Proctor. I did the energy work, the psilocybin retreats, and like breath work, got certified in breath work. I was doing all of these personal development things. I was waking up and I was having massive anxiety, depression, panic attacks where I couldn't breathe. And it got so bad where I literally jumping off of the 48th story of the penthouse I was staying at in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So at the time, I was in a very toxic marriage, and it was really affecting me. I mean, I remember waking up, some mornings, like most mornings actually, for a few months, and I threw up every single day. I lost like a shit ton of weight. I was not well at all. My mom knew something was wrong. And I was just going through a lot. And so after that, I actually ended up walking away from her, walking away from the marriage. And I was actually abusing marijuana. And so I'd been smoking it for 12 years, and even though I was doing all the personal development, like I still relied on this substance. I mean, and this is the truth. It is a substance, whether you want to say it's natural or not or whatever. To me, coffee, marijuana, cocaine, it's all the same, especially if you're literally dependent on it. I was addicted to marijuana. That's just what it was. And so I was in Thailand at the time, and I actually ended up taking some with me to Bali, Indonesia. I got caught at the airport, and they put me in jail for 6 days and then 17 days in a rehab facility, which I had to do, or else they would have considered me a smuggler and given me the death sentence. So it was literally like I had to hit rock bottom for me to change because as humans, we're We're motivated by two things. It's either inspiration or desperation. And I was, at that time, I was motivated by desperation. I had to put my back against the wall. I had to self-sabotage myself, get rid of everything that I created so I can now do it all over again. There was this pattern of self-sabotage. And maybe some of you are, you relate where you're constantly self-sabotaging your success, your health, your relationships. That's where I personally was at. And so I actually ended up paying them $50,000 to get out of that situation. They coerced me and they basically like use all of these psychological tactics to basically to get me to pay them 50,000. Which whatever. I wouldn't change it because it was probably one of the most impactful things that ever happened to me. But after that, my buddy Jamie, which some of you guys know, he's the CEO of this ecosystem. He actually messages me and calls me on Facebook while I was in Bali, which is funny because like I left the jail and went up, but I still stayed in Bali for like another 2 weeks. I was like, whatever, I'm not gonna let it ruin my adventures. So uh Jamie calls me and we start talking and I was like telling him like, yeah, I'm thinking about going back to Thailand. He's like, no, dude, Thailand is for degenerates. And then he's like, you need to come to the Philippines. So I'm like, okay. So he's like, meet my mentor Don, which I met him on Zoom before, but he's like, come meet him in person. So at that time, I was ready for Don. I did Don's process, which if you've never done Don's process, if this is your first time, Don has the most powerful process on the planet. And I don't believe that. I know that. Like I know that for a fact. There's not a single program that's even close to what happens in Don's program. And so some of Don's clients, which he worked with for the last 44 years, they have been people like, billionaires. They've been elite athletes at the Olympic level in 15 different sports. He even worked with the guys that created the BlackBerry, right? The BlackBerry back in the day, right? So he helped them actually go from $6 billion to $68 billion. So he 10x a multi-billion dollar company by working with all their C-class executives, which these guys are paying Don $125,000 for a 2-hour session in groups. Okay, so it was very powerful. So I went to see Don, and he had all these credentials and all of these things that he did, and I didn't really know what was gonna really happen, but everything shifted for me, right? Like no more anxiety, no more depression, no more panic attacks or suicidal thoughts or addictions to weed or sex or money or travel or people pleasing or validation. All of these things that are outside of ourselves that we give our power to, all of that was completely gone. My business in the States started to blow up even more after doing this process because our internal worlds dictate our external worlds. This is actually a universal law. It's called the law of correspondence. It states, as within, so without, as above, so below. It's kind of like this, not even kind of, it is like the law of gravity, right? It doesn't really matter. You go on the top of a building and you jump off. Like if I were to jump off that day, whether or not I believed in the law of gravity, I was going to go down. Okay, so this is the same thing. It's a universal law. What you experience on the internal manifests on the external. And this is the caveat. People think that it's only based off of your conscious mind, but it's actually more important about the subconscious programs running that you don't even know that are running, that happen and that get programmed before the age of 7. So there are so many programs that are running underneath your consciousness, your conscious mind, that you have no clue are running. Okay, so Don's program, what he does is he takes you to the very first moment in life and he helps you release the first trauma that ever occurred in your life that kept you from accessing your infinite full potential. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit more context so you can tie this all together. So there's this chart. It's called the chart of consciousness, which was created by a guy named Dr. Hawkins. He wrote a book called Power versus Force. And so in this book, he talks about all of the emotions that we experience are on a scale of consciousness. Okay, so the scale goes from 0 to 1,000. At the very bottom of the scale, it is shame, which starts at a level 20, fear, which is 100, courage is 200, love is 500, joy is 540, enlightenment is 700 to 1,000. And for reference, a guy named Hitler, he was operating at a level 50, and we know what he did. Now, all of the great teachers, all the great masters that ever walked this earth, whether it was Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Muhammad, Buddha, Zoroaster, Krishna, all of the great teachers, they were at a level 1,000. And what they knew and what they were trying to tell us was that our natural state is one of enlightenment. Meaning you on this call, your natural state is one of enlightenment. And if you don't believe me, just think about the times where you've ever been in a hospital and you've seen a newborn get born. How much light gets shined in that room? So much joy. That is our natural state. But what happens is there's a moment in time that keeps you from accessing your infinite light. And it keeps you anchored down in these lower levels of consciousness. So it doesn't have to be something traumatic. Okay, it doesn't have to be something traumatic. It could be as simple as you falling off a bike. It could be as simple as hearing your mom and your dad screaming at each other in the other room. Okay, so this is what happens. And what Dawn does is, so what I want you to imagine is actually, imagine being at the very bottom of the ocean and you have this anchor tied to you. And the top of the ocean is enlightenment. And you're trying to swim to the top. But every time you're swimming to the top, this anchor brings you back down. You swim to the top, it brings you back down. So what Don does and what he helps you do, because it's not him doing it, he's helping you do it. Because if you're not open and you're not willing to surrender, it's not going to work. So you have to be open to the process. He helps you release this energetic anchor holding you from your natural state of enlightenment. And so in the video that we watched at the beginning, it talks about the consciousness side of things and the currency side of things. So this is how you elevate your consciousness so you can actually start to transcend fear and operate from a high level of joy and peace and enlightenment. And you can just operate from this amazing place where all things start to work out for you in the best ways. So, because we're going to show you a way to earn infinite income here, but if you're still operating from your sabotage programs, you're going to ruin it before you can even get there. Or maybe you get there, then you get rid of it. Okay, so if you've not done Don's process, tomorrow is going to be his process for all new clients. And then Thursdays are for existing clients. So if you're a new client, make sure to scan this QR code and answer the questionnaire. It's extremely important that you do that. It's going to help you, make sure that you have your breakthrough. So now let's talk about the currency side of things. We have our AI. It's called Apollo. Okay, and in the video, it talks about how people literally will take their hands off the steering wheel of their car and let AI drive them to and from work. So it's time for us to trust AI to help us grow our bank accounts. And so this is a legitimate AI. It uses deep learning capabilities. It was developed by a guy in Dubai that we met, and he had been developing it since 2017. It uses deep learning technology, so it gets better and better and better, smarter and smarter over time as it learns more. So it actually, the cool thing about this, and I've seen other programs where you send your money and then the company gives you a guaranteed payout daily, but you're giving them the money, so they have absolute zero like liability. Like they can literally just dip, they can leave the country, take your money and run away. So with us, what we wanted to do is make sure there was zero resistance when it came to this, and it was you have complete control of your funds from day one. So we have a couple of different exchanges that we're working with. We have Binance, we have Bybit, and we have Kraken. And so what you do is you simply API the AI into your exchange that you're using, And what that means is just a simple connection, and it just trades for you. Okay. And the cool thing is, we just went through a huge 25% drop in the crypto market. Even though we went through that crypto drop, this AI made us money. That's how powerful this is. If I was trading on my own and there's a 25% drop, I guaranteed would have lost and blown my entire account. We actually made money. So you can make money on the way down and you can make money on the way up. So it's really awesome. So the developer, when we met him, he was only accepting clients with a $100,000 deposit minimum. That's how much you had to have to use this AI. We're like, hey, we want to use this for our community. Can we get this down, the minimum deposit? So he said 10,000. We're like, that's still too much. And so we settled at $1,000 minimum for you to use this AI. And the caveat is that it's a 50-50 split with the developer. So if you do $1,000 as the minimum deposit and it is 20% growth on your account in a month, that's $200. $100 would go to you, $100 would go to the developer. If you did 50%, that's 500. 250 goes to you, 250 goes to the developer. Very simple. And you're the one that's actually required to pay him. So it's sometime between the 20th and the 25th of every month is whenever you need to pay him. And so whenever you get onboarded, we have our onboarding team that will help you. You'll have to they'll give you like the wallet address, and then you'll be the one that actually sends the money. So let's move forward. So there's this guy right here, Mr. Albert Einstein. And so he talks about the power of compounding. And so compounding is really interesting. And what he said about it is that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. So I'm going to share my screen real quick with you and show you this compounding calculator that will show you the power of compounding. And what I really want you to do, and what I would urge you to think about this as a savings account on steroids. Okay, think about this as a savings account on steroids. And the reason why you want to think of it as a savings account is because nowadays, if you're putting your money in a savings account, you're literally losing money. You're losing money having your money in a savings account. So what is the solution? The solution is have your money compound for you rather than have it sit there, because let's take the US dollar, for example. So the US dollar, which every other currency in the world is pegged to, by the way, is losing 1% a month in purchasing power. So over a year, you're losing 12% purchasing power. Doesn't matter if you're using the pound, the New Zealand dollar, the peso, the euro, it does not matter. All of these currencies are all being devalued every single month. Some much more than others. I mean, you guys have heard of what happened with Argentina, literally like losing hundreds and hundreds of percent per month. So, and then if you're putting in a savings account, even a high yield savings account, it's not even able to offset inflation. A regular savings account is like 1% a year. So I'm going to show you a way where you can actually compound your money and have it grow for you rather than lose money sitting in a bank account doing nothing. So let's say you started with the minimum investment of $1,000 and you had it grow 10% a month. And by the way, these figures, the 20 to 50% a month, is not guaranteed, because you could do less than 20% and you could do more than 50%. In fact, this month, Apollo did 51% return. So there's no guarantees. If anyone's guaranteeing you anything when it comes to investments, it's a complete scam. Run away. Okay. So let's say you start with $1,000 at 10% a month for 5 years. Okay. So 10% for 5 years. I'm going to show you the power of compounding really quick. So it would take you, if you had an initial balance of 1,000 and you wanted to get to 2,000 to double your money, it would take you 8 months. After 5 years, you would have a total of $304,481.64. So I'll show you some more calculations and break it down a little bit more. If you've never done compounding, you don't know about compounding, So if you take a look at month 0, when you first initially deposit, you have 1,000. Now at 10% a month, now first month you earned $100, so you accrued $100 in interest, right? So now you have $1,100. Now you're doing 10% on this 1,100. Now month 2, you earn $110. You have a total profit of $210. Okay. Now month 2, 1,210. You're earning $121 your third month. Month 4, 133. Month 5, 146. Month 6, $161.05. Now you're at $1,771.56. Okay, now month 8, you would have earned almost close to $200 in that month. You'd have a total profit of $1,143.59. You would have a balance of $2,143 in 8 months. I mean, which I don't know where you could actually double your money in what investment like that quick. Okay, so and with such a low investment, right? With the low $1,000 investment, because nowadays you literally, I mean, you have the easiest, it's the easiest time to become an investor. Back in the day, I mean, you'd need millions and millions of dollars to be an investor. And so after a year, you'd be at $3,138.43. 24 months in, 2 years, you'd have almost $10,000, $9,849.73. Month 36, you'd have $30,912. Now, as you see, these monthly figures are starting to ramp up and starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger. This is the power of compounding, right? Month 48, you earned $8,819.75. You'd be at almost $100,000 from your initial $1,000 deposit. Now, month 60, you earn $27,680.15 in your 60th month, and you have a total balance of $304,481.64. Now, this is not to say you can 100% pull the money out at any point. Okay, but this is, I just want to show you the power of compounding. And maybe, like I said, maybe it does less in 1 month, maybe it does more. You just never know. But this is the power of compounding. So I'd highly urge you to think about this like a savings account on steroids. And, you know, even if you don't want to use Apollo, find something that's at the least, giving you 1% a month, because at least you're able to combat inflation. Okay, so you know, take everything, you know, you do your own due diligence and follow your own gut, but we know that this works. I've seen it, and so we're giving you the best solution that we've found so far. And so let's talk about being an entrepreneur and an investor. There's this guy named Robert Kiyosaki. A lot of you probably know him. So for those that don't know, in this book, Cash Flow Quadrant, he explains that there are 4 ways to earn income. So you could be an employee, which as an employee, you just have a job. You get paid for it the time that you're at work, right? You work 8 hours, you get paid 8 hours. Let's say you work at a smoothie shop and you're working from 9 to 5, you're getting paid from 9 to 5. Well, let's say one day you're like, oh, I'm going to open up my own smoothie shop. You open up your own smoothie shop. Now you don't have a job. You own a job. You're now self-employed. Congratulations. You've stepped up, but you're still getting paid off of your efforts. This side of the quadrant, you get paid off of your own time and efforts. Even if you have employees as a smoothie shop owner, you're still the lifeblood of the business. If you just can't like pick up and go 4 or 5 months and take a vacation, your business will absolutely fall apart. Now, the goal, if you want to be financially free, is to shift from this side of the quadrant to this side of the quadrant. So as a business owner, you're not getting paid off for your time and efforts. You're getting paid by building a system, and you're getting paid off of leveraging other people's time and efforts. So let's talk about, for example, Elon Musk, right? He has probably close to 100,000 employees based off of what I have been researching. And so let's say 100,000 employees that he has, they work 8 hours a day for him. 8 hours a day times 100,000 employees, he's getting paid off of 8 million man hours. That's how he's leveraging 8 million man hours per day. Even though he has 24 hours in a day, you and I have 24 hours in a day, he's leveraging 8 million man hours per day, which is amazing. Actually, I think it's not 8 million. I'm sorry. I think my math's off. I didn't do well in math. It's 800,000. It's 800,000 man hours, just to be precise. And then as an investor, you're not leveraging your other people's time and efforts. You're leveraging your money. So you have your money make you money. Okay, very simple. So if you want to get started with Don's process, or if you want to use Apollo, or both, right? Because you get both of these products, which I don't know if I mentioned this, but Don has had people pay him $1 million for this 2-hour process. Okay. And Apollo, the minimum that you needed was $100,000. Luckily, you don't have to pay Don $1 million and you don't have to have 100,000. All you need to do is purchase the Freedom Pack. And so to get the Freedom Pack, it's $149 for the first month. And then every month after that is $99 per month. Now, after you get these amazing results, you're going to get excited. And what do people do? They want to share things that they get excited about. So let's say you share with your mom, your dad, and your brother. Well, whenever they buy their Freedom Pack, your membership is absolutely free. So refer 3 people and get your membership for free. Now, if you want to earn a income and you want to build a business, I'm going to show you our compensation plan and our partnership program. So this partnership program is in the industry of network marketing. And what network marketing is, if you're not aware, is simply instead of paying millions and millions of dollars to traditional methods of marketing like billboards and advertising and commercials and all that stuff, what we do is we pay people like you and I to spread it via word of mouth by sharing it with the people that we love and care about. Okay, so it's really just about creating connections, because it's not so much about what you know, like I said in the very beginning of this call, it's about who you know. It's about connecting with people, right? You're probably on this call because somebody invited you to this call. So it's all about who you know. And here we reward you for sharing our mission. So you have the ability to earn an infinite income potential. So you can earn anywhere from $100 a month all the way to $4 million every single month. You can also earn a weekly residual income. So you can get paid essentially every single week for the rest of your life if you build this correctly. So residual income is one of those things where you could build at one time and you can get paid over and over and over and over again, if not forever. So if you're not aware of residual income, a little example would be real estate. You leverage $250,000 to buy a home. The mortgage on that home is $1,500. You find a tenant to pay $2,000 a month. Now you're earning $500 every single month when they pay the rent. That's residual income. But you had to leverage $250,000. I'm going to show you a much easier way. Now, there are no qualifications or experiences needed. You didn't have to be the smartest in your class. You don't have to have a crazy, amazing resume. You could have had like a bad past or childhood or whatever. None of that really matters here. You could have went to Yale University. You could have went to jail. Okay? Doesn't really matter. I've personally been to jail. Not proud of it, but and luckily it wasn't a felony. But even if I did have a felony, right, guess what? That wouldn't matter here. Every single person has the same level playing field to build here. And there are team building incentives. So you're in business for yourself here, but you're not in business by yourself. You have a whole community to help support you and help you get to where you want to go. And so let's get into the money aspect of this, the currency side of things. So we have the rank name, which would be like your corporate role. You have your network size, which is how all business owners get paid. They get paid based off of building networks. For example, your family doctor, let's say has 100 patients. They see him every 2 to 3 months. He's also getting paid off of building a network. So this is the network size that you need to build. Then there's the personal referrals. So these are the people that you need to personally refer. So these are the qualifications. Now I'm going to talk about the payouts. There's 3 ways you get paid out. So you have the weekly payout, which is paid out once a week. So it goes from Monday, right when it turns Monday. So midnight on Monday, or like midnight Sunday would be Monday, right? All the way to 11:59 p.m. Whatever you do, whatever rank you're at by throughout that time period is what you'll get paid for on Monday. Okay, very cool. So that's weekly. Now we have the one-time rank bonus. This is paid out once a month. So whatever you've done in the previous month, you get paid for the next month. Okay. And then we have the direct bonus, which is normally $50 per membership, but we're doubling it up and we're giving you $100 per membership. And the cool thing is what we've implemented as of, I think it was yesterday or the day before. No, yesterday, is daily pay. So you can literally get paid every single day of your life. For every single person that you personally direct, you can get paid every single day, which is just amazing. Like I got my buddy Caesar into the system. Guess what? Now I can get paid. You first one person a day, you get paid every day. So it's pretty awesome. It's definitely incentivizing. So let's say you want to hit the rank of inviter, you need a total network of 2 on your left, 1 on your right. So that's a total of 3. And out of these 3, you need to bring 2 personally, 1 on your left, 1 on your right. So there's 2 teams, left team, right team. Let's say you brought your mom and your dad, and then your dad brings in his brother. Now you have a total of 3 total. Congratulations, you're an inviter. You're getting paid $25 a week, which is $100 a month. And then you also get the direct bonuses, which are paid out daily, $100 per person. That's 200 total. Awesome. Connector 200. So how you hit the next ranks, all of these ranks is really just focusing on this first rank, right? Rome was built 1 brick at a time. So you focus on inviter, you help everyone on your team hit inviter, and then you get to the next rank. So you help your mom and your dad hit inviter. Now you have a total of 4 on your left, 4 on your right. That's 8 total. Out of those 8, you only need to bring 2, which, by the way, that's the same qualifications all the way to connector 900. So out of the 2 you brought, they brought their people, and they, so on and so forth. Now 4 on your left, 4 on your right, you're getting paid $50 a week, which is $200 a month. And then you get a one-time bonus of $200. Awesome. Connector 500. Same thing. You're helping your mom and your dad. They're helping their people, so on and so forth. You got 10 on your left, 10 on your right. Out of those 20 total, you only need to bring 2. You're getting paid $125 a week, which is $500 a month. And then you get a one-time bonus of $500. Awesome. So remember, I told you it would take you $250,000 to leverage to earn a $500 residual income in real estate. And the crazy thing about that is, let's say someone broke into the house, or the total broke, or the roof needs to be fixed. Guess what? There goes all your residual income for 5-6 months. Right? So it's like, it's a lot more headache trying to build it the traditional way. Robert Kiyosaki, he wrote a 3rd book. Well, his 3rd book, I don't know if he was written more, but his 3rd book was called The Business of the 21st Century. And he was talking about this model of network marketing. There's not another model that's as good as this model, because it allows the average person with a very minimal fee to come in and make big bucks. And I'll show you here in just a minute where you can either earn part-time money, full-time money, or big-time money. So I'm excited for you guys. Now, at Connector 500, you get a $500 one-time rank bonus. So let's say you wanted to get into the AI and you didn't have the money at the time. Now you take your money from your weekly payouts, your one-time rank bonus, that's $1,000. You throw into AI. Now you're getting paid passive income off of the AI, and you're getting paid residual income off of the pay plan. Awesome. And it looks like I have a comment here. Is it right we need to refer 3 people personally before any payouts? So no, that's only for customers. So as a customer, you need 3 personally referred. As a partner, which There is a way to distinguish it. There's a partner pack, which you have to pay to become a partner, but we're not doing that right now because we're in pre-launch. So in the next couple of months, that will be active where someone has to purchase the partner pack, which is $15 a month to be a partner. So that's how we distinguish between the customers and the partners. But good question. You don't have to right now, but once we get out of pre-launch, then that will be the way that we distinguish between the customers and the partners. So connector 900, same thing, right? 20 on your left, 20 on your right. You only needed two. You're earning $225 a week, which is $900 a month. And then at connector 1500, something changes. You no longer only need two personally referred. You need four, two on your left, two on your right. So let's say it was your mom and your dad in the beginning. Then it becomes your mom, dad, brother, sister. That's four total. You referred four. Now you have 80 total clients. You're going to pay $375 a week, which is $1,500 a month. And you get a one-time bonus of $1,500. Yes, there is a subscription. Like I said, in the Freedom Pack is $149 for the first month. And then there's a $99 a month. So that is for everybody, regardless if you're a customer or a partner. But in the future, like I was saying, the partners will have to purchase a $15 a month partner pack. But we're not doing that right now because we're in pre-launch. And so like we're also offering the double up bonus. So that's kind of like it would be kind of unfair if someone like as a customer, they refer three people and they only get a free membership. So we're like giving some people some leeway, but eventually the requirements will be if you want to be a partner, you have to have the partner pack or else you're not going to get paid. You're just going to be considered as a customer. I hope that answers your question, Pippa. So networker 3K, same thing. You only need four total. You're earning $750 a month, which is $750 a week, $3,000 a month. Out of those four, right? You only need from those four, you turn 75 on your left, 75 on your right. And like I said, no matter what rank you're at, you're focusing on inviter. You're helping every single person on your team hit inviter. Okay, that's the easiest, simplest way. You're just duplicating your efforts and helping them do what you did. Networker 5K, you're earning 5K a month, so on and so forth. Okay, so maybe you want to go full time, right? You want to earn $9,000 a month. Okay, cool. Maybe you're going to go the big time, right? You're earning 25, 50, $100,000 a month. We actually have a fourth way that you can get paid. It's called the global pool bonus, and it starts at 25K and beyond. Okay, so what happens is that we take 1% of all the global sales. So let's say it turns out to be $1 million. We put it into the pool, and then it's split amongst all of the shares that are available at the time. Okay, so let's say there's 10 shares. 10 divided by $1 million is $100,000 per share. So if you're getting one share, you get an extra $100,000 a month on top of the 25K you're earning every month, so on and so forth. And then at Master 750K, you actually, Master 750K and beyond, you get two shares instead of one. So you get 200,000 on top of your 750K a month, 1 million a month, 2 million, 4 million a month. Okay, so like I said, it really is just about focusing on the very first rank, and that's how you hit all the other ranks, right? It's like I said, Rome was built one brick at a time, right? So and you don't need to be, as a master, you're not mastering and you're not doing all these crazy things and these special things. What you're doing is you're mastering the basics, mastering the invitation, mastering the presentation, mastering all the little things. And that's why if you come on the calls, I'm usually my presentation is usually very, very similar. There might be little nuances here and there that are a little bit different, but for the most part, I don't need to do something fancy. It's usually the same thing over and over and over and over. Consistency is way more powerful than trying to be clever. Okay, so now you might be thinking like, I don't know if I can do this. there are two things I will say. Number one, you have to do Don's process because, like I said, you'll start to transcend the fear that's holding you back from going after what you truly, truly want. And then number two, I'll share a story with you that'll give you a little bit more just an insight on how simple this can be. So there was this girl named Tiffany that I worked with 8 years ago in another company, which was nowhere near as awesome as this. We were literally selling blueberry juice in a glass bottle, some fish oil pills, and some noni juice. That was literally the products. And we paid like over either 6 times more or 13 times more. There's two packages. It's $600 and then 1,300. So she got started with us. She was like, yeah, I want to do something different because she was a waitress at the time. She was making less than $2,000 a month, like give or take, right? And she wanted more, right? So she's like, okay, I'm ready to go, but I'm not that extroverted. I'm kind of introverted. I'm pretty shy. And so I told her, look, Tiffany, all you have to do is number one is you need to start to make invitations to the presentation. The person that gets the most butts in the seats makes the most money. And so she did exactly that. She just started to invite to the local Starbucks meetings, to the Zoom calls. And after 3 months, she went from earning $2,000 a month to earning over 15,000 every single month. She invited her mom and her uncle. Now, both of them ended up earning over $10,000 every single month. Which, by the way, her uncle could barely speak English. He came from Vietnam not that long before we started that project. So if they could do it, you on this call can 100% do it. Okay, so and right now we are in pre-launch, and so what that means is that we are at a ground level, and it's when it comes to business, even though this mission is so much bigger than just money, we want to help free the world, we want to raise humanity's consciousness. There is a business component, and it's always about timing, timing, timing when it comes to business. Just imagine, Tony Robbins was talking about this the other day. He says that if you took all the money, let's say you purchased every single iPhone that ever came out to date, you would have $20,000. If you took that money and you went to the first time at the IPO, the launch of Apple, and you purchased stock, you would have $200 million today. So that's the power of timing, being at the right place at the right time with the right people. And that is the exact same opportunity, the same level of opportunity that you have here with Divinfi. I know for a fact that we are going to be a $1 trillion company, a $1 trillion ecosystem very, very soon. And so I'm excited for all of you that make the decision. Like I said, Divinfi is more than just a financial system. It's a movement towards financial freedom and personal empowerment. So if you align with the mission of both consciousness and currency, get back to the person that invited you and ask them for their unique link. That way they get the credit for inviting you. So I really hope you make the decision to go all in on yourself and join us today. So before I end the call, I'm going to announce two more promotions. We already talked about the double up promotion, but I'm going to talk about one more promotion where we're giving away some cool prizes if you've never seen this before. So for everyone that comes in, if you get 10 directs before August the 18th, you get a brand new GoPro. If you get 20 directs before the 18th, you get a brand new iPhone. And if you bring 30 directs, you get a brand new MacBook. Okay, awesome. It doesn't matter how many people qualify. We're giving away however many we need to. Now, the third promotion is that we are giving away some hotels and flights to our very first Divinfi event mid-October. And so what we're doing is for all Connector 1500s, if you hit Connector 1500, we're giving you a 3-day, 2-night stay at the hotel where we're having our event. And if you are a Connector 3000, we're giving you an all-inclusive. So that includes hotel, VIP access, and the flight to the event. And so I'm really, really looking forward to seeing you all. This event's going to be revolutionary. I mean, how many people are going to be able to say that they were at the very first Divinfi event? So it's regardless if you qualify, which I definitely suggest doing it, you might as well Make sure that you're there. History is going to be made. And if you want to stay connected, all things Divinfi, scan this QR code. We have our Telegram, our Facebook, all of the different social media platforms you can follow. I would say the what is it called? The Telegram and Facebook and Instagram are probably the best bet. Um, so yeah, just go ahead and scan that and we'll get you going. And what I'll do now is I'll open up the chat for any questions so we can make sure that you have all of your all the answers to your questions. Hello.
Sorry, just a quick question. I know you were quite clear with the answers there, but I'm just a little bit confused. So when you sign up and invest in the thing where you'll help with all of that sign up, but in terms of the networking opportunity, um, I'm still a little bit confused as to how many people you actually need to have before you start getting any networking benefits. So you sign up, you pay your, the 149 and then the 99 a month and so on. But is it 2 people or 3 people before you start getting any networking bonuses?
That's a good question, Pippa. So what I'll tell you is number one, so the reason why we have that differentiation is because after pre-launch, there's going to be a difference between customers and partners. Okay, so as a customer, you're only purchasing the Freedom Pack, which is 149 for the first month and then 99 a month. You're considered a customer. If you want a free membership, you refer 3 people. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah,
That's what a customer is defined as. Someone that only has the Freedom Pack. Now, if you want to get access to the compensation plan, there's a second package. It's called the partner package. Okay, so the partner pack is $29 for the first month, and then it's $15 a month every single month. So you qualify for the partner pack, for the partner plan, the compensation plan, so you can get paid. But for now, because we're in pre-launch and because we're giving away $100 per direct, what we're doing is regardless if you're a customer or a partner, everyone is a partner right now because we have that promotion going on. So let's say you're a customer, you refer 3 people, $100 per referral would be 300. It wouldn't be 150. So that would equal out to 2 free memberships, if that makes sense. So we wanted to be fair, so everyone gets paid. And then if you want to, you just use that money towards paying your membership. So there is no differentiation right now. So I appreciate you asking for clarification because maybe other people weren't clear on that either.
Okay, sorry. Although it looks like if in the future the partner's only $29 a month, no, hang on, $29 for the first month and then 15 ongoing. I mean, why would anybody join for 149 and 99?
Well, it's 149 the first month and then 99 a month. If you want access to the products, you cannot get access to them with only the partner pack. So the partner pack only opens up the compensation side of things. If you want to use the products, you have to have the member pack. So as a partner, you would have both. You would have the 149 and the 29. So you can't just have the $29 option. You need both of the packages, if that makes sense.
Okay, but if I was to join now, I would do the 149 plus 99, and that would join me as a partner.
Yeah, so the 149 is the first month, and then every month after that is $99 a month. So it's not at the same time, just to be clear.
Yeah. But then after the promotional period, do I then have another 15 on top of that or whatever?
Yes, exactly. You got
Ah,
it.
okay. So it would be 99 and then 15 will be added on top, even though I joined in the promotional time.
Yeah, everybody is gonna
Okay.
be having to do that, including myself.
Okay. So how many people would I need to introduce to be able to cover all of my costs?
I mean, roughly around 3 people.
Three. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But at the moment, if I pay 149 and 99, I can still invest in the product.
Yes.
Yeah. And invite people to the
Yes.
system. And then eventually, as long as I've got at least three people, then I should cover the costs of my ongoing subscription.
Exactly.
Okay.
And only two need to come from you, by the way. So you can invite 2 people. One of those people can invite someone else. Now you're qualified as an inviter. Your membership is covered.
Okay. So actually, I only need to get two personals.
2 personals.
Okay.
You can
Thank you.
actually hit all the way to $900 a month with only 2 personals.
Okay, because the ones from above get put in the leg. And it doesn't matter
Exactly.
if I've only got one in or two, so to speak, in my own leg or yeah. I'm not so used to the binary system.
Yeah. It's really cool though, because you can literally have one leg completely built for you by the person that brings you in. I mean, you only need one person on that leg, and then the other leg, let's say you have a superstar that kills it. Now you're set. I mean, past that $900 a month, you're gonna still need to bring in some more people, which I'm probably bringing in someone new every single day because I'm so passionate about this and what it's done for me. So once you start to use the products, you're gonna be like, I want to introduce everyone.
Yeah. So are you at the top of the tree, so to speak, or are there two people at the top? How does that work?
So Jamie's above me, so we're all building the system. I came in the first person in the system, so I'm right
Yeah.
underneath him.
Okay. Yeah. And then yeah, because obviously I'm seeing people being recognized for various bits and bobs in the chat and um in
Yeah,
the
and I mean, even though I'm at the very top, I mean, look, Tui's getting ready to pass me up. So it doesn't really
yes, I've
matter, right?
I've seen you
Like Tui
doing
can
very
come in
well.
and kill it, and he can be making more money than myself and Jamie combined. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so there's still a benefit to bringing in personals rather than just bringing in two and then hoping for the best.
Yeah, because also you get paid daily, so that's super incentivizing right there. Like on the people that you bring in personally, we pay you out every single day.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how that works.
So we have 2 ways you can get paid. It is through your fiat, so your bank account, or cryptocurrency. So let's say you bring someone in today, tomorrow, because it's already past midnight over here.
Not here, or maybe on the next day.
Yeah, I don't even know what time zone we're actually operating off of. I'm like so lost at this point. Uh, but you will get paid like literally within 24 hours.
Okay, so when I sign up, then I give my fiat bank account as well as the connections, obviously through the crypto exchange.
Yes. So you can choose which one you want to like I know Tui got paid via crypto. We had a little issue because we're changing merchants and all this stuff. We got a new merchant. in Hong Kong. So I did my bank account, but today I actually put in my crypto because I'm like, yo, like screw the old banking system. I'd rather just do crypto. But it's up to you, right? It's up to you. You can get paid fiat or you can get paid crypto. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the trading thing is through your crypto exchange, though, isn't it? That's the bit you help us sign up for.
Yeah, but you can get paid to any crypto exchange. It doesn't have to be one of those three. Those are just the ones that have crypto futures trading. That's why we chose those three, because those are the only ones that actually do crypto futures.
Sorry, which three are those?
Binance, Bybit, and Kraken.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I've got Kraken, so that's great.
Awesome. So
Yeah,
let's get a
but
Kraken.
Binance, yeah, Binance doesn't work in the UK.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're kind of funny.
UK are being really, yeah, with all sorts of things. So Binance hasn't worked here for quite a while, but Kraken's fine.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that should be a good solution then. You're good to go. You have everything you need as far as that goes. But
Yeah,
as far as the
I think I'm beginning to understand it, but I want to be able to talk to some of my people from a position of sort of understanding everything. And then, we'll probably all come in together.
Yeah, and what I would say is, we have these twice a day, right? So come in,
Yeah,
use these Zooms, be here. I mean, the more you hear it, the more you'll get it, and then you can start to do it on your own. Like I think Thursday, Tui is going to be doing his very first presentation. I'm just coming to support him. So we're here to help
yeah.
you until you get it, and then we can support you. Yeah, Tui. So, just leverage the system. We're here. You can invite people. I don't know how many people you've brought to the system to eat, but I'm sure they were able to see some of the videos and then they made their decision based off of that. Like he didn't have to do the presentation until now where he's about to pass me up. So I'm like, yo, Dewey, come on, get going. So you
Yeah,
know what I
that
mean?
is,
You can earn as you learn.
it's always key in any networking situation to just, as we used to call it in my very first networking business, which was in the 80s, keep
Oh
showing the
wow.
plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if
So
only one person or no people turn up, just keep doing it. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, yeah. I, as I said, I've had a few mishaps lately and very upset people that I've led into stuff that hasn't worked. So when you met this guy that is doing this, I mean, how confident are you in in this new AI system?
well, based off of everything we've seen and seeing the data over the last few years, I mean, and then just seeing what happened this last 2 weeks, right? The crypto market in its entirety took a 25%
Yeah,
dip,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I've used other,
I'm hodling on that. So yeah, I saw.
yeah, so the thing is, I was too, right? Like in my own crypto portfolio, I was just holding it. I didn't sell anything, but I didn't make any money just hodling, right? I'm losing
Yeah,
money. But with this AI, we made money even on that
yeah, yeah,
25%.
yeah. I get
So,
that. I get that.
you know what I mean? Like, and we've seen the last few years of him trading it. I've never had someone just be like, okay, here's my Binance account. You could take a look at all the trades for the last couple of years, right? So I'm like 100% like confident in this, and the goal and what we're working on is we're actually going to be developing our own. We're going to be creating our own AI, but we want to use the very best one for our community. So whatever is the best, we're going to use that one until the one that we develop is better than this one. We'll continue to use this one.
Okay. And what's happened to the old, like the crypto fund and the hedge fund thing that was
So
happening
we're no longer
before?
using because there were some regulations in the US we were kind of crossing a gray line. where it could put the whole community at risk. Because if you're funding and if you're like pooling all the money, now you're starting to get the SEC involved and all this stuff. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna get rid of this because we don't want to put this whole thing at risk. So if
So
you
what's
did have
happened
money
to?
in the crypto fund, it's still going because it's still pretty small. So once Josh sells, once it's probably looking like after the elections, that'll probably be out whenever crypto booms. So later this year, he'll sell uh the coins that he's purchased, and then you can get your return. So it's still going on, but we're just not having it as a service here in Divinfi.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I've been, since I've been there from sort of the beginning of Jamie's endeavors, I've sort of been watching this progression of things changing and bit by bit by bit. And if this is becoming stability now, then
Yeah.
yeah.
No, just me. Like I mean, I never joined Incomation because I just didn't see myself. My intuition is super strong. Like I just know I could see the like super in depth if something's gonna work out long term, and I just didn't see it happening. I love Jamie. I loved what he was doing. I just never joined it because I had a red flag go off just based off of what I knew about the Forex market. But here, I mean, we're doing everything in our power to make this like generational. I mean, we haven't even showed you guys what we're working on with the blockchain element. Like we're gonna be the first MLM on the blockchain. So there's a lot more. I mean, yeah, there's so much. I mean, it's crazy. So just trust that you are in a really good place with where you are right now, especially at the timing of this. I mean, man, it's crazy. I've never been so excited about anything in my life. And certain, right? Excitement's cool, but certainty as well.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your presentation.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And I'm sure once you get into it and you start to see the results yourself, you'll have the same level of certainty. I know the past can kind of be like, okay, I don't know what to trust and all this stuff, but yeah, just it's all I could say is it's 100% worth the risk of the 149. Okay. Like at the minimum, it's worth that. And it's worth giving it a try, even for a whole year. If you don't see the results, then it's not for you. But I know that if you do the process with Dawn, which it
Yeah,
may,
I have done that twice.
well, I'll tell you, it may not be enough because I've done it
Yep.
and I had to do it more than 4 or 5 times to finally have
Yeah.
my break
Yeah.
and
No, I
to
get
not
that.
operate from fear. So we have another one coming on Thursday. Highly suggest doing it.
Yeah, but I don't seem to be able to link into that anymore.
Well,
Maybe
it's
because I've not
exclusive.
joined this one, but
Yes.
yeah, I don't get any of the emails or anything from Dom anymore.
Yeah, because it's only for members now. It's exclusive
Okay.
to,
Yeah.
so that's how you'd get access to it. All right, awesome. Anyone else have any questions? I appreciate all of your questions
Sorry,
so
I've
far.
hogged the whole thing.
No, no, no. Thank you, thank you. I'm sure everyone got some good insights as well. Any other questions, comments, anything you want to add? All right, well, I have a call, so I'm gonna hop off here and I'll see you guys. Well, actually, it's gonna be Don's process. So get in where you fit in. If you're already a part of the membership and you haven't done it before, make sure to do Don's process. And yep, we'll see you in about 23 hours. Yeah, I did too, Barbara. They're good questions for sure. Thanks, guys. Infinite love. You guys have an awesome night, day, afternoon, wherever you are.